Well, good morning, everybody. We have officially turned the corner. We are past Christmas, and it's time to start thinking about a new year, a new 2025. That is certainly on my mind today. It's the time of year when we start thinking about setting some goals, myself included. So today I wanted to share some ideas with you for setting your goals as you're thinking about creating a really great 2025. I want to talk to you today about your own personal goals. I'm going to share 6 quick tips for you as you set your goals for 2025. And then I want to share with you an idea for setting goals as a couple. Well, first of all, what is a goal? It's your design for the future. You have to design your future. You have to see it in your head. You have to imagine it. And then you must write it down. It is that easy, my friends. The first thing you have to do, decide what you want, and then you write it down. That's how you set a goal. I like to take this one step further, and I put my written goals in the back of my journal, and I've always got them with me as a reminder of what I'm working toward. You can walk into the future one of two ways, my friends. You can walk aimlessly or with an agenda. You can go stumbling or with a strategy. You can go drifting or with a direction. Either way, you're going to go into the future. So how do you want to go? The school of life has taught me that if I don't design my future and take a firm stand for that vision, somebody else is going to make me a part of theirs. So my second tip for you today is that you have to have your own goals or somebody else will make you a part of theirs. And guess what other people have planned for your future? Not much. You have to take a stand for your goals, for your design. You have to take a stand firm in what you want your future to look like. I learned this the hard way just this year, that if you don't take a firm stand for what you want, for your goals, for your vision for the future, other people will use you to achieve their goals. I thought I was in a partnership to work toward a common goal. Turned out that wasn't the case. And guess what they have planned for my future? Not much. I can promise you that if you have skills and talents and abilities, people will use you to achieve their goals. That's not necessarily a bad thing. But if it's not what you intended, you've got to take a firm stand for your vision, for your design of the future. Never let your future be held hostage by somebody else. Don't count on other people to achieve your goals. Count on yourself. My third tip for you, don't count on the circumstances to achieve your goals. Count on your ability to rise above them, to improve yourself, to shield yourself from the nonsense, to protect your time and to protect your energy. There is no doubt that we're headed into a year with a lot of uncertainty. Uncertainty is the absolute. Chaos is likely. Don't let your goals get sidetracked by a sideshow. Your goals, your design for the future are too important for that. Now, I'm not telling you to back down from the fight, but I am telling you to get really good at making the distinction between style and substance. Know which battles are worth the fight. My fourth tip is that for every one of your goals, there will be a price to pay. But if the goal is clear, if the goal is worthy, you will pay the price. If you can't clearly design and imagine the future that you want to create, you will not be willing to pay the price. I don't want to get up at 5 a.m. I don't want to work late. I don't want to make the sales calls. I don't want to go to the gym. I don't want to give up Oreos. These are some of the prices that we are going to pay in order to create the future that we want. Your clarity about that future will allow you to overcome the cost. If you can't imagine the future, you won't pay the price. Why would you lift the weight if you can't imagine a stronger you? So invest in your imagination, and you'll end up celebrating the sacrifices. My fifth tip is to set goals that will push you. Set the kind of goals that will make something of you in your effort to achieve them. Don't set a small goal. Small goals can be achieved by small people. That is not you. If you don't want much, you don't have to become very much. That isn't you. So set big goals. Set formidable goals. A big goal is going to reveal who you really are and what you're made of. A big goal is going to sculpt you. It's going to chip away at the cynicism, the comfort, the complacency, and reveal who you were before the world told you that you couldn't, or that you didn't deserve it, or that success was reserved for other people. When you're working toward your goals, you're going to have to do things that you would rather not. Don't fall for the lie that you have to enjoy everything in your life. You most certainly do not. You may not like making the sales calls. You may not like putting in the practice. You may not like going to the gym. You may not like uncomfortable conversations. You may not like going back to school. But I can assure you that when you have a clear goal, when you've got a clear vision of the future, you will enjoy being the person who does what it takes to achieve it. You will enjoy not the activity necessarily, but you will enjoy the process of being the kind of person who's willing to achieve it. The activity is nothing compared to the achievement, so expect more of yourself. Expect yourself to rise above the pettiness of discomfort or dislike. Your future is too important not to. So set big goals that push you to become better, that require you to change and grow. And my sixth tip, don't compromise. Don't do less than you could. The seeds of unhappiness are planted in the soil of untapped potential. Don't change the goal. Change you. Rise up to it. Skill up. Get better. Work harder. But don't compromise. You'll be the only one who knows you've compromised, by the way. And you will carry with you that knowledge of that compromise every single day. And no matter how good it may look on the outside, no matter how other people might celebrate the wins, you will always see it as a generic knockoff of what could have been. You deserve way better than that. The harder the battle, the sweeter the victory. Win your future with a resounding win. Leave no doubt for yourself that you have won, that you never compromised on the vision. And my final bonus tip for you, set goals with your partner. Have goals in common. Here's what I know after being with my husband for 15 years now. You have to have a common goal or a common enemy. Now that may sound a little strange, so let me explain. I've discovered that if my husband and I don't have something to work toward or overcome together, an outside objective that firmly places us on the same team, we find a way to overcome one another or make the other the enemy. But what you must do to put yourselves firmly on the same team with an opponent to defeat together, the most powerful and healthiest opponent is a common goal that you're both working toward achieving. Maybe that's a big vacation later this year. Put down the deposit today and then work together to come up with a plan for how you're going to get there. You may not know, but together you'll figure it out. The goal has to be something you're both committed to, that you're both bought into. It can't be boring and it can't be ordinary. It has to be exceptional, a stretch goal. It has to be a goal with a reward that you're both excited about. The other way is to be partners in defeating an outside force. You need a common enemy. For Pasha and me, that has been some really bad tenants in rental properties. That's been an HOA that was just nasty. It may not be the most noble way to think about life, but see what it does for your relationship when you're both on the same team, fighting an outside force. I promise it will make you closer. It will spice things up in a long-term relationship. So set a goal for overcoming a common enemy. You got a big future waiting in 2025, and I'll be cheering you on. And all along the way, may you have joy, peace, and happiness, good health and well-being, life of ease and prosperity, the courage to get what you want from this life, the clarity to know what that is, the imagination to not sell yourself short, and the discipline to see it through.